Sabah al khair. It's Friday and we are off to buy some breakfast ingredients, and I want to take you with us. I also first want to say thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. I don't know when that happened, but I am really excited about that. That's really cool. So let's go and get some breakfast. Hi guys, it's Rachel from the future here. So as you can see, I have got two different clips that I am kind of splicing together, and I realized that in light of Corona, it's very hard to hide the fact that this is two different clips. So I just want to explain that first. So when you first walk into a shop, I've chosen this shop because it's just kind of like a standard local shop. It's neither kind of your fancy shop like Miles or Cosmo. It's not a Carrefour or a big Safeway like that. It's not a Ducana either, a corner shop. It's kind of like a mid-sized shop. This place especially has got a lot of foreign imported products. It's got a lot of American things in here, so I thought it would be interesting for a foreign audience to see. So as you can see, they've got like basically every kind of foreign sweet you can imagine. It is expensive though. Generally this shop does tend to be quite expensive, but as well they're appealing to a certain kind of audience, I guess. So when you come into a lot of these small or mid-size shops, you will find that they've got this kind of spice counter as well, where you can get all different nuts and bizzer, like sunflower seeds, and all of your spices and your coffee all fresh. Huge dairy sections that I kind of went past there, but the dairy section is huge here of different cheeses and things. Also huge selection of different fruit juices. Water is a big thing as well, because a lot of people don't have water that they can drink straight out of the tap, so they buy bottles. The meat section looks horrible. It's actually something that I don't love about supermarkets here, is that often the butcher's sections are a bit gross. Of course, you know, there are places where the butcher section is really nice, like Miles in particular has got a really, really attractive butcher section, if it can be attractive. Something that I've noticed that's just interesting about supermarkets here is that they tend to put out a lot of the same product onto the, like in the aisles, rather than just having lots of like a diverse product range and then regularly topping up. They tend to put it all out there. Here you've got different kinds of syrups. This is the baking aisle. You've got Betty Crocker. Box cakes are a really big thing here. You've got every different kind you can imagine. So you can see that the baking section is quite well stocked. You've got all different kinds of sprinkles, all kinds of produced, like manufactured creams. This is Gushta, like very thick cream. You've got all condensed creams and things. And then we're about to come onto the Dream Whips. So basically cream here is really, really expensive. And for desserts and things, you tend to buy it in this powdered form, and then you mix it up at home because it's just cheaper. Then again, like all the different kinds of American toppings. This is halva, obviously this is an Arabic thing. It's really good on bread. It's good for breakfast and things. You should definitely try it. It's made out of sesame seeds. It's very sweet. What kind are we going to get? And then we get to the dairy section, because we were choosing out breakfast, of course. Next, we're picking out our labneh. We chose the soft labneh from Jerash, which is a city in Jordan, and we will be using that as a breakfast, as a kind of spread. You've got different kinds of cheeses here. The Middle East is full of these really amazing cheeses. These ones, you soak them in water, and then that depends on how sweet or salty you want them. These balls are labneh balls. It's similar to the soft labneh that we just bought, but they're harder, and they're preserved in olive oil. They taste amazing. And also you've got the pickles. Pickles are a really big deal. So you've got all the different olives, but you've also got these bright pink cauliflower heads that are dyed with kind of beetroot or different kinds of thing inside while they're in the picking process. So we've got our labneh for our breakfast. The deli section is really special if you can go and have a look. They've also got the pre-packaged ones. The only thing that I would say about that is that they do taste very kind of plasticky. They don't taste very authentic at all, and they do tend to be quite expensive, but it's good for sandwiches. So next we come on to the teas. You've got amazing different kinds of herbal teas. The herbal tea section tends to be really big. This is one of the main brands, Al-Athar. I think I'm saying that right. Athar. So you've got all different kinds, cumin, thyme, ginseng, all just really interesting combinations. You've also got Zohorat. I don't think I've got a clip of it here, but it's a special Jordanian tea that I compared the ingredients to. Seems to be the same as what we have in the UK called sleepy tea. It's really good for digestion, really good for calming you down, helping you sleep. The imported teas from England do tend to be really expensive, so here it's between 9 and 11 or 12 dinars per packet for Twinings. It's an English brand. Compare that to Lipton, which is literally, it's a fraction of the price. It's around 2 dinars. Lipton is the most common kind here that you find. And then you've got all the different coffees. You've got a really good selection of instant coffee if you still want to get instant coffee. I find that like Nescafe and things tends to be just too expensive. But if you want to get that Turkish coffee, it's probably better to buy it fresh. So as you can see, like the selection of American products is huge. 5 dinars for that pot of coffee, and then like that 7 dinars for Nescafe Gold. So yeah. I also find the can sections to be really interesting because generally you just find different kinds of products available. These boxes are quite a relatively new brand of hummus and fool that you make at home. So it's like chickpeas and broad beans ready to make at home. It's really good. Loads and loads of sweet corn, loads and loads of mushrooms, loads and loads of tuna, loads and loads of sardines. Like I said, like they put a big quantity out at one time. I probably could have done with a better segue into this, but now we're in the beauty section. So here it's about 2 lira per bottle for like a cheaper bottle, and then it goes right up for the for the shampoos and things. Conditioner often is actually quite hard to find. It's not sold as standard everywhere, which I find really interesting. This is interesting for me as well. So this oil is about £10 in the UK, or if not more in the UK, and here it's actually cheaper. Here you've got all the different face products, and you can't hear in the background my husband saying, why would anyone be interested in this? But I know that somebody is interested in it. So you can see it's not actually that expensive. I mean, for each one of these L'Oreals, it's about 10 lira. I think, you know, you can find cheaper than that definitely in the outlets and things, and it's not the same as buying it on Amazon, for instance, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, we still had yesterday's hummus. Do you think it would be bad?
No, so much.
Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have kind of spliced in some old footage because this is a video that I've been trying to do for ages. So this is before Corona, when kids were still allowed in the shops and we didn't have to wear gloves and masks and things.
I'm not gonna get them all today, right? A little bit, okay? Naam.
Basically everywhere we go with Adham, he ends up getting free things, so he loves coming out on errands with us. So now it's back to the time of Corona, obviously, and these are the checkouts. They're tiny checkouts, but actually quite a big shop, and this is not an interesting, what am I showing you? But yeah, the checkouts tend to be quite small, and you get a backpacker as well. We don't have these so much in the UK, especially not in small shops. So a backpacker will pack everything up for you and use about 1 million bags in the process. Next we go and get our hummus. You've got all the different kinds of hummus sizes that you can get in full and things. This is the sandwich station, which is where you've got fried aubergines, fried cauliflower, fried potatoes, and the different tahini mixes and things. They make you into a sandwich. Here they are preparing our hummus. And we love to get it with lots of shatta, which is a kind of chili, and hamad, which is, I always get that one wrong, which is a kind of like a chili sauce, I suppose. Next is the bakery. Here we've got some fried sweets ready to try. This is where the actual bakery, see the bread coming down? It's kind of comes down a chute from the top, and then this guy packs it in bags. Obviously this was before Corona, and look at Adham getting more sweets before breakfast. And they've got all their fresh kinds of breads here as well. I'm laughing. Yeah, the fresh bread here is really amazing. I know a lot of you have asked for a video about just about the bakeries, and inshallah I will get around to that at some point.
You've already had breakfast, haven't you? No. You had a breakfast of sweeties.
Right. I want breakfast. It is looking
Yavru. He looks older. So.
Always changes him. Full of sweeties. Yeah. What's inside Magdous?
Nuts.
Chili, right?
Chilies.
But it's not spicy.
And garlic.
But we have nothing like this in England. Like stuffed veggies is one thing, but then stuffed and pickled.
You want?
You're gonna eat some? Oh, you opened Hashims. So that is kind of typically going shopping. Usually we actually shop in Carrefour, but I wanted to show you somewhere a bit different. And now we are settling down to have our breakfast finally, alhamdulillah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Inshallah I'll have some normal videos coming soon. Take care guys, ma salama.